As we see across the industry, we have this term called revenge attendees. If you ask me, one point where I would place a lot of emphasis on is going to be customer experience. We are also launching 3 new shows in South Africa. Constantly keep questioning the status quo, push the envelope, and it's fine to make mistakes. If you give people a clear sense of purpose, some people will get excited and feel inspired by that. Some people may not. But the ones who feel inspired by that are the ones you have to focus on. That's why I keep saying never waste a good crisis. We articulated that purpose, which is to enable meaningful handshakes and to unlock business opportunities. That's why we exist. That's the business problem we are fixing for our customers.
Hello friends, welcome to yet another episode. As I promised to you that we will be bringing to you industry leaders from the exhibition fraternity. Today we have with us Mr. Bhupinder Singh, who is a very dynamic CEO and a visionary in the Indian exhibition industry. As I told you in my last episode that the exhibition industry is a face-to-face industry, it depends on human relationships, and during the pandemic this industry was very hard hit. Today we will learn from our expert how he tackled the challenge as an industry leader, how he held his team through this pandemic, and how he utilized this time to evolve his business to the next level. And thank you for giving us time. Can you please tell us what are the kind of exhibitions that you organize, and what is the footprint of Messe Muenchen India?
Sure, Raghav. So, one clarification, I am no expert, I am a student of exhibitions and I'm learning every day from you and from everyone. So, to answer your question, we have 20 active brands in the country, and from ceramics to electronics to construction equipment to pharma packaging to beverage to environmental technology. It's a diverse portfolio, and we are very happy and glad that most of our events are on number one position or number two. So I think that's a very happy mix. With respect to your second question as to what we did during COVID times, I think it was a learning experience like most of our industry colleagues. And post the first wave, we realized that exhibition industry started looking for its reason for existence, its purpose. A lot of people internally and externally started asking questions as to why do we exist? What is this exhibition industry fixing for our customers? Who will miss us if we don't exist? And with that thought process, it was a long process. We started questioning our purpose, started sharpening it. We spent almost 3 to 4 quarters to arrive at our purpose statement. We started questioning that, you know, from the era of structures and systems and strategies, people were moving towards purpose and people and processes. So I think that's where we shifted our focus to. But at the end, after a year long internal exercise with some hand holding from outside, we came out with a clear sense of purpose. We articulated that purpose, which is to enable meaningful handshakes and to unlock business opportunities. That's why we exist. That's the business problem we are fixing for our customers. We came out with our mission as to where we want to go with this purpose statement in next 5 years. We call it Mission 2026. And we also got together our values as to how do we want to behave on this journey to our Mission 2026. And that's where we crafted our values, our aspirational values as well as our existing values, organizational behavior, who we are and what we want to become. So that got very clear through the value process. So I'm very happy this came out. And not only these three things, we talked about our core beliefs about the industry. What do we really believe about exhibition industry? So we penned all of those thoughts into one document. We call it Messe Muenchen India Manifesto. It's our manifesto, which starting from core beliefs to purpose to mission to values goes on to talk about our human policies, our human asset team policies, our workplace practices, our everything which we stand for. So this was a beautiful outcome, and that's why I keep saying never waste a good crisis. I think this crisis gave us an opportunity to take a halt because the business car was not moving, and when the vehicle is not moving, that's the best time to service it.
And Mr. Singh, the industry also went through a lot of turmoil. We understand that a lot of people left the industry. because of obvious reasons. What are your comments? How did you help your team through this pandemic?
I think I was in Expo 2020 and talking to some of the colleagues from UFI, and I was asking them that this indeed is a big challenge, not only for India but worldwide exhibition companies. How do you fix this people problem? And the answer which came out resonated so very well with our thought process, and it was that when there is a lot of uncertainty, when people are going through existential crisis of what business problem do they serve, a clear sense of purpose is a good fixture for that. And I think that we were already through with our process, and knowing coming it from some of the global bodies, and I think also at IEIA we feel the same way, that if you give people a clear sense of purpose, some people will get excited and feel inspired by that, some people may not, but the ones who feel inspired by that are the ones you have to focus upon. And I think that's what so far has worked for us. We went through a lot of challenges, a lot of changes also, but I think we could keep the core intact. And by core I mean people who are aligned with Messe Muenchen India values. By values I mean what are the organizational behaviors. So we have four company values, starting with trust. We know trust is earned, but we trust each other. We don't take it for granted. Second is team spirit, that we work together as a team. Third is entrepreneurship, that we encourage people not to think and behave like employees, but be their own boss. Try new ideas. It's fine to try and fail, but have audacious goals, have bigger goals. And fourth is craftsmanship. Constantly keep questioning the status quo. Push the envelope. And it's fine to make mistakes, but always try to do some innovation. How are you constantly improving the customer experience? And customer experience to that point in this era, you cannot take for granted. People's attention span and patience span has dropped. There is very little room or margin for errors. So craftsmanship comes and plays a role there. So to your point, we try to make sure that people who are aligned with our values stay together. Giving them a clear sense of purpose and a mission helped us to organizationally stay in a direction. So yeah, so thankfully, by the grace of God, we could manage that. And this year this is our fourth exhibition. All the past three exhibitions have been successful. And as we see across the industry, we have this term called revenge attendees. You see a visitor, a tsunami from visitor side, and we see that across all our trade shows. I'm happy and I'm hopeful that this industry will go upwards, onwards continuously.
What are the next shows that you have planned, and any big announcement you'd like to make?
Yeah, so we have 10 more exhibitions planned this year, starting September. In addition to that, we are also launching three new shows in South Africa. Uh, Air Cargo Africa is one of them, and then we are looking at environment market as well as lab equipment market to start with. So 2023 next year we will go with three shows outside India, organized by Messe Muenchen India. So that's one thing which we all are preparing for and looking forward to.
This is quite new for me. Like Indian organization is subsidiary of a multinational is organizing shows abroad. They don't have a subsidiary there.
Yeah, so I think post COVID, a lot of things have got changed. The composition of various businesses have changed. And for us, from a Messe Muenchen India perspective, it's a good opportunity. We always had aspirations to step outside and do something. And by something, I don't mean symbolic, but something which is a proper, full fledged trade fair. So that's our opportunity. We are confident, not complacent, that we will be successful in that domain. So, as I said, we are really looking forward to it. At the same time, we have to focus on also on the Indian market. A lot of shows which are happening after a long gap. So, huge expectations there as well.
Finally, any message that you'd like to share with the industry?
Physical trade shows are not replaceable. It is part of our core belief. That's what we believe as a company, as an industry, that people do need physical interactions to really have meaningful handshakes. Meaningful handshakes have a very important role to play in every business and unlocking business opportunities. And that's what we stand for. That's what Messe Muenchen India's reason of existence.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights with us, Mrs. Singh, and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you, Raghav. Thanks. All the best.